Now the female reproductive system. In female reproductive system, first of all about the ovary. Now the ovaries, these are the flattened oval bodies attached to the broad ligament of the uterus, located near the lateral pelvic wall. Now the structure of the ovary. Now the ovary, it consists from outer to inner. The outer surface, that consists the germinal epithelium. This one is the germinal epithelium lined by cuboidal cells. At the region of the hilus, the squamous cell that changes to cuboidal cells, and these cuboidal cells they are incorrectly called the germinal center, because no germ cells are formed here. So the first outer layer covering is the germinal epithelium. The second one below that is the tunica albuginea, a thick layer of connective tissue. Tunica albuginea, thick layer of connective tissue. The third one is the cortex. The ovarian parenchyma, it consists the outer area, the outer portion of the parenchyma, that is called the cortex. It is richly cellular, and the follicles, ovarian follicles, they are embedded in this ovarian parenchyma. The medulla that is in the center, that is formed by the loose connective tissue, and this loose connective tissue, it contains blood vessels, nerves. But remember, in the medullary region, no ovarian follicles are present in the medullary region, the central one. Now, about the structure of the growing follicles, developing follicles. Now, in newborn and before puberty, the primordial follicles and the primary follicles, they are present in newborn and before puberty. Only the primordial follicle and the primary follicles, they are present, while in later on at puberty and after puberty, these follicles, they grow, they enlarge in size, and the fluid-filled cavities appear in the epithelium of the follicles. Then it is called the secondary follicle. And the last one is the mature follicle. This mature follicle, that is called the Graafian follicle. That's called the Graafian follicle. Now, first of all, about the primordial follicle. About the primordial follicle. Change that. Primordial follicle. Now, this primordial follicle here, in the center it has oocyte having a nucleus in the center, and this oocyte that is lined by squamous cells, lined by squamous cell. So this follicle is called the primordial follicle. Now here this follicle is inactive. That is the inactive state, the primordial follicle. Then around the oocyte, the squamous cell that changes to cuboidal cells. In the center is the oocyte with the nucleus, and it is surrounded by the cuboidal cells, forming unilaminar primary follicle. This follicle is called the primary follicle. The primordial is lined by the squamous cell, while the primary follicle that is lined by the cuboidal cells. Now, the growth or the presence of these follicles that depends upon the age of the individual and upon the stage of ovarian cycle. So then this primary follicle, epithelium, it proliferates. So many layers are formed around the oocyte. And here a membrane that appears around the oocyte. This membrane is called the zona pellucida. Now this zona pellucida, that is formed by the three glycoproteins. These glycoproteins, they are called PZ1, PZ2 and PZ3. So these are the glycoproteins, and they are secreted by the oocyte. They are secreted by the oocyte. Now, up to this stage, it is called the primary follicle. It's called the primary follicle. At this stage, it is called the primary follicle. Now, these are the primordial follicles along the periphery of the ovary. These are the primordial follicles, and this one is the primary follicle, oocyte surrounded by single layer of cuboidal cells. Then the proliferation occurs. The number of these cuboidal cells increase, so these cells they proliferate and the layers become more, 2 to 3 layers. These cells, they are called the granulosa cells. They are called the granulosa cells. Next stage is, just I told you, that a thick membrane that covers the oocyte. This thick membrane, that is called the zona pellucida. I told you it is formed by the glycoproteins. Then a layer that surrounds all these cells and the oocyte. This surrounding portion that is called the theca folliculi. That's called the theca folliculi, and this theca folliculi, it has two parts. The theca interna, inner side, and the theca externa, these two layers. The theca interna, that is highly vascular, while the theca externa, that contains the connective tissue. Up till this stage, these are the primordial and primary follicles. Then in next stage, the size of the oocytes that increases, the layers of the pyramidal cells, they increase. And what happens, that spaces there appear between these cells, small spaces, and these small spaces, they join together, and this cavity, fluid-filled cavity, then it is called the antrum. It is called the antrum. In next stage, this growing follicle that increases in size. This one is the mature growing follicle called the Graafian follicle. That is called the Graafian follicle. Now the cells around the oocyte, these cells, they are called the cumulus euphorus. They are called the cumulus euphorus. And these cells surrounding the antrum, that is called the membrana granulosa. That is called the membrana granulosa. Now, this fluid in the antrum, it increases. And due to this increase in the fluid inside the antrum, the oocyte that is pushed toward the periphery, that is pushed outward. Now here it is in the center, it is low, there, someone lower position, and here it is pushed more toward the periphery. So this fluid, it exerts pressure on the oocyte, and this oocyte, it moves toward the periphery. Now, this oocyte, the pressure is exerted by the fluid on this oocyte, and this oocyte, it moves toward the periphery of the cortex. And now here the cortex that bulges outside, One thing more, the cells around the oocyte, they arrange in radiating manner. So these radiating cells, they form the corona radiata. So when the pressure is exerted, this oocyte, it moves more toward the periphery, and this peripheral portion that bulges and it becomes weak, and later on the oocyte that becomes discharged from the center of the Graafian follicle. So the oocyte with the corona radiata, that discharges outside. after ovulation, the remaining portion of the graphene follicle left, that is called the corpus luteum. That is called the corpus luteum. Now, this process, it takes about 14 days. So, after 14 days, this oocyte that discharges outside with the coronal radiator, and the remaining portion left, that is called the corpus luteum. Now, what happens? This corpus luteum, then its remaining layers, the granulosa and theca interna, they increase in size, they hypertrophy. Now this structure, now it is a glandular structure. It acts like a gland. The inner cellular portion of the corpus luteum, it secretes estrogen, while the outer portion, the theca interna, it secretes both estrogen and progesterone. So theca granulosa, it secretes the estrogen, and outer to the granulosa, theca granulosa, is the theca interna. Now here they are called the theca lutein and granulosa lutein. When it changes to a gland, the corpus luteum. Now, if pregnancy do not occur, what happens? That this corpus luteum, it becomes degenerated. This degenerated portion of the corpus luteum, that is called the corpus albicans. Now the corpus albicans, its cells, they become degenerated, its connective tissue increases, the fluid present inside, that is converted into gelatinous connective tissue, and this connective tissue that increases. If pregnancy do not occur, then this corpus luteum, it changes into connective tissue, the blood vessels, they become degenerated, and the cells here, they become degenerated, they are replaced by the connective tissue. So this whole one changes into a degenerated portion where the cells, they are degenerated, and the fluid inside the albicans, that also changes to gelatinous connective tissue. So this old one is called the corpus albicans. This one now it is in the form of a scar. So that is about the ovary. Now the central portion called the medulla oblongata. Remember, it has no follicles. No ovarian follicles are present in the medullary region. The medullary region, it contains loose connective tissue, and the blood vessels and nerves and elastic fibers, they are present in the central portion called the medulla of the ovary. and this one is the ovarian ligament. This one is the ovarian ligament. So that's all about the ovary. Now, at the age of menopause, one thing more, that this layer is called the membrana granulosa, and this layer surrounding this oocyte, that is called the cumulus euphorus. Cumulus euphorus. So we will again come to the follicles. Now, after menopause, what happens? That these follicles, they disappear. These follicles, they disappear. And second thing is that the cortex, that becomes a narrow zone. They become a narrow zone, and the follicles, they become shrink. So all that is at the age of menopause. That's all about the ovary.